Live in high definition, taking action, getting results. This is News Channel 3 at 6.
News Channel 3 staying on top of breaking news. This is video taken by a man inside the gallery at Military Circle Mall shortly after one person was shot.
Police say they have arrested the shooter. News Channel 3 has team coverage, starting with Jackie Morlock. Jackie, you got there moments after the shooting happened, so set the scene for us.
Well, you know, it's very different than what it looks like right now. I mean, people are going about their day as usual. Shops are back open. But I'm telling you, earlier today, there were several police cars out front surrounding the entrance here near the Ross and the Macy's. And then inside, they had a whole area blocked off. People were standing around trying to figure out what's going on. A lot of people just really shocked by, you know, after they heard that there was a shooting inside the mall, shocked that something like that would happen here. But police do have several people in custody. They say that the man who was shot is in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and that's thanks to several people who took action to save his life. This video posted to Instagram minutes after a man is shot inside the gallery at Military Circle. The victim laying there as several people take action to save his life.
A young sailor, they knew him. He knew the person that got shot was helping him, and he was applying pressure, but he didn't know exactly from where he was bleeding.
That's when Alex Ramirez rushed over to help, taking off the victim's pants, finding the bullet wound near his groin area, and using his belt to apply pressure.
The training that I received in the Navy just kicked in, and you know, it's the same thing with that other young sailor. We did what we were trained to do.
The victim was rushed to Norfolk Centera. In the meantime, police took several men into custody as they continue to investigate. They say the victim is expected to survive, and that's at least in part due to the quick action of Ramirez and the others. You jumped in there and did what you had to do, and you didn't think twice.
When there's a life at stake, it doesn't matter who it is, you know, you take action.
And Valentine's Day actually brought Ramirez out here today. He says his wife works here, and he came to take her out to lunch, and while inside, that's when he heard a gunshot go off. Live in Norfolk, Jackie Morlock, News Channel 3.
Let us now continue our team coverage now with News Channel 3's Jackie Fay.
And Jackie, you spoke to some of the people who were inside the mall when the shooting happened.
You know, violence is something out here at Military Circle Mall that people have gotten used to, and that has shoppers as well as people who work here asking police and mall management to make some changes.
Well, I was right in the store next to it.
Keisha Holloway was shopping around 1 when she heard commotion in the area outside Radio Shack. Nicholas Green shot this video of people trying to help the victim.
I saw a lot of chaos. A few guys running around, you know, throwing blows, you know, just a normal, well, not normal, but a typical, you know, fight in the mall that we see quite frequently.
Typical until police say a gun was pulled out and shots fired. Blood covering the floor in the middle of the mall.
Like, it was a lot. Like, I couldn't believe it. And, like, he was just laying on the chair. Like, people was helping him, but...
Shoppers say enough is enough, and luckily today the guy shot did not die. They hope changes will be made before this mall turns deadly.
I think they need to check people before they come in, like get a metal detector or something.
More security on the premises. I come here all the time and I hardly see a cop. The least I'll see is a mall cop, but that's not going to do anything. That's not going to scare anyone.
And mall workers tell me that often these fights are caused by teenagers running around with no supervision. Back in December, I was here on a completely different story when hundreds of teens stormed the mall, causing several fights, and that has mall management talking about enforcing a possible curfew in the future. But you got to keep in mind, today's shooting happened at 1 in the afternoon. Live in Norfolk, Jackie Fay, News Channel 3.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie.
Well, News Channel 3 staying on top of breaking news, and you can too. Download the News Channel 3 app on your smartphone today and get updates to stories as soon as they come into the newsroom.
News Channel 3 is following more breaking news in Norfolk.
Reed Andrews is at the Culture Cuts Barbershop on Princess Anne Road. Reed, what's the latest out there?
Kurt and Bianca, take a look behind me. We're on East Princess Anne Road. This is Culture Cuts. It's a barber shop just a little bit west of Military Highway. Inside, there are about 6 plainclothes police officers that are searching every corner of this barber shop here on Princess Anne Road. What they are looking for and why they are here, we have not been told by police. They are being very tight-lipped, and we have been given no confirmation on whether they are executing a search warrant. When we first got here around 5 o'clock, there were about 24 police officers at the entrance of the barbershop, as well as those plainclothes officers that were inside going through it. What I've been told from an employee who works next door, he says that there are people coming in and out of the barbershop at all hours of the night, including 3 a.m. He doesn't know exactly why they're going in, but the barbershop has been closed for hours at these times, and that they're in there and not getting a haircut. Exactly what activity is going on, though, he says he doesn't know. Live in Norfolk, Reed Andrews, News Channel 3.
All right, let us talk weather now.
Oh,
Live look at downtown Norfolk. Look at this right here. Sun is set, but nice view right there. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Patrick Rocky. And Patrick, I tell you what, a nice day today.
Yeah, really the nicest day that we've had so far this work week. So, you know, it's for some showers to start your Saturday, but then more wet weather moves in the afternoon. We'll tackle the Sunday forecast and a look ahead to much milder weather next week in our 7-day forecast just ahead.
Virginia's ban on same-sex marriage is unconstitutional. That's what a federal judge has ruled after a gay Norfolk couple sued. Today, that couple, Tim Bostic and Tony London, were celebrating. Todd Carrillo has the story from Norfolk.
They held their hands up in victory and they celebrated. Tim Bostic, Tony London, Carol Shaw, and Mary Townley emerged to celebrate what they see as a major triumph. Virginia becoming the first state in the South to have its ban on gay marriage be ruled unconstitutional.
The court sending a message like this gives them hope and makes them believe that equality is going to be a reality for them sometime soon.
Bostic and London are the Norfolk couple who sued after being denied a marriage license.
The feeling, it's just unbelievable. It's overwhelming and it's exciting.
And I think we've also realized that it's not just about Tony and I, that this matters to other people throughout our nation.
They were joined by fellow plaintiffs Carol Shaw and Mary Townley, legally married in California, now wanting recognition in their home state of Virginia. The Chesterfield couple celebrated 29 years together Monday. 4 days later, with their 16-year-old daughter Emily by their side, they celebrated what they see as a step towards being treated just like everyone else.
Emily plays basketball. We go to her basketball games. She was in Girl Scouts. We shop at the same stores everybody else. We are just a regular family, and we want to be just treated that way.
While the mood in Norfolk was certainly celebratory, everyone realizes this fight isn't over. Attorney General Mark Herring, who decided to no longer defend the state's ban, expects the appeals process to move quickly.
As Attorney General, I'm proud that the Commonwealth is on the right side of the law in this case.
While the ban on gay marriage was ruled unconstitutional, the judge also issued a stay with her injunction. That means that same-sex couples in Virginia still cannot marry or apply for marriage licenses while the appeals process plays out. Live in the control room, Todd Carrillo, News Channel 3.
It is Friday, but in Virginia Beach, it is still a school night for thousands of kids. Tomorrow is the first of 3 Saturday snow makeup days. A makeup day that wasn't announced until last week, causing problems with a lot of plans, some that were made months ago. News Channel 3's Gabriella DeLuca has more.
A typical bar mitzvah at Beth Shavram Synagogue.
These are 2 Torah scrolls.
They expect around 100 people.
And the bar mitzvah boy is going to be reading from it.
But that number will likely be not as high for tomorrow's celebration, as it marks the first Saturday snow day makeup in Virginia Beach.
So much goes into preparing for this high moment in the life of our bar mitzvah.
Rabbi Israel Zoberman is worried that not nearly as many people will show up to tomorrow's service, to one of his 13-year-old members' coming-of-age ceremony, all because students will be in school.
I feel for the bar mitzvah boy, I feel for his family. They were really taken by surprise. It's not as if there was even advance warning. It just happened so rapidly. So I would like to believe that some miscalculation took place.
Rabbi Zoberman told News Channel 3 he spoke directly with Superintendent Dr. Megula.
But again, I've been reassured by Dr. Megula that those who were invited, Jews and non-Jews, that they will be excused.
But still, the rabbi says it's not fair to the boy.
It creates undue pressure on a person, young and not so young, about which way to choose. And people should not be placed in a bond like that.
And it's not only the bar mitzvah. He's upset all 3 makeup days were scheduled for Saturdays, the Jewish Sabbath.
Though we are a minority in Hampton Roads, unlike New York or Chicago or Los Angeles or Northern Virginia, where I don't believe this would have happened.
But it did, and now the rabbi is just hopeful for the future.
Hopefully, maybe we can even have one of those Saturdays still be changed, and we'll be ever grateful for it.
Now, over the past 2 weeks, I've called Dr. Megula's office several times and was told that she's refusing to talk to us. She still won't comment on her decision publicly, but News Channel 3 got a hold of an email that she sent out to her staff this afternoon. In that note, she acknowledges that she knows there's disagreement with her decision and that she's heard parents were emailing about unprofessional statements from their students' teachers. She wrote, some indicated that tomorrow would be a wasted day. Instruction couldn't go on because no one was going to be in school and there would be no one to drive the buses. She goes on to say, I'm finding this very hard to believe and hope that these statements are untrue, exaggerated, taken out of context, or stated during a moment of stress. Now, I tried calling Dr. Megula again this afternoon to get a comment on this email, but still couldn't get a hold of her. Gabriela DeLuca, News Channel 3.
In Newport News, police arrested a man they say shot and killed a strip club owner. Police say 22-year-old Rashad Ashlock shot and killed 56-year-old Isaac Winnebago, and this was around 2 o'clock Wednesday morning. Police arrested him last night. It happened outside the Magic City Strip Club on Jefferson Avenue. Here's a look at the scene. Ashlock is now charged with first-degree murder.
Next at 6, a Navy veteran leading the charge to legalize marijuana.
I do not use any pills for antidepressants or anti-anxiety. I just use marijuana to help control my anxiety.
And he is only telling his story to News Channel 3. It's the most expensive weapon system ever. But the military's F-35 program is plagued with problems. New tonight at 11, we are taking you inside the $400 billion F-35 Joint Strike Fighter.
It's a debate sparked around the nation. And should marijuana be legalized? And could Virginia be next? News Channel 3's Barbara Sierra is here with more. Barbara?
Weed, Mary Jane, pot. For some folks, it's not slang. It's a change-your-life serious subject. 22 states now have medical cannabis laws on the books. Virginia is not one of them. One military veteran is waging a personal battle on behalf of veterans' health rights everywhere to change that. It's a story you'll see only on 3. Every human being has a story to tell, and T.J. Thompson begins with a simple but profound statement.
I'm a U.S. Navy veteran from '98 to '04, and I suffer post-traumatic stress disorder.
Thompson tells me he's tried traditional medicine in the Navy for his PTSD, but it didn't work for him.
With antidepressants actually make me suicidal, and I had the same experiences when I was in the military back in 2001. So I decided to start trying marijuana and actually weaned myself off of the prescription drugs that I was on, and now it's strictly marijuana. I do not use any pills for antidepressants or anti-anxiety. I just use marijuana to help control my anxiety. It doesn't completely get rid of the symptoms, but it definitely helps me manage.
Describe your symptoms.
My family would live in fear of the outbursts and rage and anxiety attacks that I would have. I have hyper alertness if I'm in a situation where it's very bright. They're very noisy. I'm just on edge. Leads up to severe panic attacks where I just completely lose it and, you know, basically wind up, you know, on the kitchen floor crying like a baby.
Give me an example of how cannabis improves the quality of your life.
When I started using the medical marijuana, or cannabis as we prefer to refer to it as by the scientific name, I would, you know, be more active. I'm able to go to my son's basketball games. I go, I'm relaxed, I enjoy the game.
Game on at the state capitol, where he is part of the lobby group Safe Access, trying to convince Virginia lawmakers to legalize medicinal marijuana. On MLK Day, he walked the halls of the General Assembly with his rough draft of what he hopes will be the Virginia Medicinal Cannabis Act.
Just drop this information off from you.
The bill does not yet have a sponsor, but Thompson says he did get positive feedback.
That was a great meeting. It was a very successful day. First and foremost, we met with a lot of leaders in the General Assembly. So therefore, a lot of people are seeing this as a human rights issue versus a Republican issue or a Democrat issue. It's something that we just need to help each other out with. Thanks a lot.
Thompson sees this as a productive day. Now, the federal government sends mixed messages when it comes to medicinal marijuana. The Department of Veterans Affairs 2 years ago changed policy to allow patients in states where it's legal to use medicinal marijuana, but it still does not permit Virginia doctors to prescribe marijuana. The lieutenant governor plans to introduce medicinal marijuana legislation during the 2015 session. Barbara Sierra, News Channel 3.
Live in high definition, here's your News Channel 3 Viper radar forecast with Chief Meteorologist Patrick Rocky.
Well, consider today a taste of what's to come. We had high temperatures in the 50s, even a couple mid-40s on Monday, upper 50s on Tuesday with some showers, and then low and mid-60s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. But first, we have to get through some rain and possibly some snow around for tomorrow, just as some kids are going to be heading to school because of snow.
Yay. See, I'm sure the kids in Virginia Beach were hoping if we can move that snow up, then get a snow day on the snow makeup day.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then maybe you can go to school on Sunday.
We'll be right back.
News Channel 3 taking action to fight childhood cancer in support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Right now, people are building a dream home that will be given away to one lucky person. This 2,700 square foot house worth around $450,000, still being built. A $100 raffle ticket. That's all it takes for a shot at winning this 5-bedroom home in the Summer Park neighborhood of Chesapeake. You can call the 1-800 number on your screen to get your tickets and cue the game show music. There we go. If you buy your tickets by March 7th, you could win a brand new car. A 2013 Dodge Dart SXT. It's the early bird prize. Just call to get your tickets at 1-800-851-5323.
How many times tonight will Steve McGarrett utter the phrase, "Book 'em, Dano"? It could be a bunch of Hawaii 5-0 mini marathon tonight. 3 fan favorite episodes. Say that 5 times fast. Starting tonight at 8.
Dun, 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 dun.
Why not?
Dun, 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 dun,
Scene 11.
dun, dun, dun.